You're such an asshole.
This will be a short one because I have other things to do. But then again, my regular listeners know that when I say, oh, this will be a short one, 48 super chats later, which I do appreciate, like in an hour and a half. So, all right. Everyone has been sending me not just the Fox News article version of this, but the Daily Mail. And Mike Rose did. And that is this article about how a bunch of kids, you can't even call them human. They're NPCs. They're true morons. Got master's degrees in film. I don't care if it's at a Ivy League or not. You got a master's degree in film, which just screams, I don't want to work for a living and I'm an idiot. I'm also an entitled little, probably spoiled suburbanite quanta. Mom and dad made everything so easy for me that I was actually so ill-raised to think that not just a degree, a master's degree in film would get me a job. I don't have to read the article. You know why? Because I wrote the freaking book. Let me show you something. Hang on. Let me zoom in. You see that? You see that 2011? And I was already warning people long ago on my blog, if you guys remember those things, way before this book about worthless degrees. And people like, Cappy, look at what happened. And do we need to repeat the story again? Is this not a broken record by now? Spoiled little worthless pieces of shit in America decide they're not going to work for a living in high school. But their egos cannot abide by the fact that they would be stimmy check collectors, welfare check collectors, or living at home with mommy and daddy. Right? They don't want to become engineers. They don't want to become linemen. They don't want to become soldiers. They don't want to become sailors. They don't want to become anybody. I follow my heart and your money will fall. The most worthless, lazy, weak people our country ever produces. And then but their egos can't do nothing. What do? They major in the liberal arts. How many times have I gone over this? They major in the social sciences. And then I don't know how it still happened. Don't ask me. I don't know why people this has been out for a decade now. It's been out for a decade. I'm looking at 2021 now. Yeah. I don't know what month, but it's up a decade. It hasn't changed anything. Now, I have saved many thousands of people from majoring in worthless shit. I have prevented thousands of young men and women from crippling their entire financial lives. But that's thousands. There are still tens of millions of idiotic young people who've been conditioned and brainwashed otherwise to go and major in the world's dumbest crap. And as this article points out, because Columbia is an overpriced Ivy League university, gone up to $300,000 in debt for a master's degree in film, which harkens me back, if you guys remember Occupy Wall Street, if you remember that abortion, there was the guy who was complaining because he had a master's of fine arts in puppetry. And you're like, Aaron, look at all these adult children avoiding work. I'm like, yeah, look at them. What do you want me to do? I did my shit 10 years ago. 10 years ago. I could have saved the entire millennial generation had they pulled their sanctimonious, pompous asses out of their fucking heads and took a little bit of humility and said, hey, maybe I ought to make sure my dreams are anchored in reality and maybe read this. But no, it doesn't happen. And I got the philosophy in a book and an essay is going to come out later as to why something is so bright as the sun, you don't get a master's degree, let alone a bachelor's in film. Talk to Seth Himes. He got his degree in film, and he has an entire book on it. InDemandCareers.com, by the way. He's moved on to digital marketing because he wants to make money. He's a good man. I know why these idiots are more, but okay, oh my God, Cappy, look at this. Oh, really? Rich, pompous, predominantly white people from the suburbs who had mommy and daddy and government and teachers and professors. Oh my God, yeah, you're amazing. Just sign here on the check and give us $300,000. And now they're going to go, and how much you want to bet? Here's why and this is why I like picking on Columbia University, because it is a scandal. Your Ivy League? What does that mean anymore? We got people so effing stupid. They don't understand how, one, compound interest works, exponential math. And then two, they don't understand. How dumb do you have to be to go 300 grand into debt for a master's in film? Now let me explain to you why. We can hoist these truly pampered, worthless, parasitic pieces of American shit on the petard. We can hoist right there. Hey, look, everybody. And we could warn and sound the sirens and toll the bells. Look out, somebody here, an Ivy League degree smells. We could do that. You know why this bullshit is going to continue? Because parents predominantly and teachers have trained every young person from the age of 5 in kindergarten to 18 as a senior to think there's nothing else but college. Nothing else. What used to exist was love and great sex between men and women, and they'd have family. That's what life was about. And it is. You'll find out, don't worry. I know your ideologies and your environment, but the main thing was falling in love. Having a family, having kids, and secondarily to the truth, maybe make it rich or not. Nope. We have now conditioned, thank you feminism, by the way, conditioned young boys and girls, especially the girls, to say, you don't need those, those weird looking girls? They got shorter hair. They don't wear dresses. We call them boys. You don't need them. Okay? You don't need them. Matter of fact, they're your enemy. You should throw rocks at them and all this other stuff. I'm not going to go into how we brainwash, essentially, little girls to hate boys when they become older women. Not older women, younger women. And tell men how to, all right. So that family and love and Wonder Twins activate, Wonder Couple activate. Take form of husband, take form of wife, and then you create some kids and you have this one. No, that's gone now. And when you eliminate love, when you eliminate family, when you eliminate your other fellow human being or man, generally speaking, both man and woman, whether it's romantic love or even brotherly love, camaraderie love, sisterhood love. Now you give everybody, what do I live for? Your career, your degree, your education, you can't pay the price. And said every dipshit, retarded boomer ever, and every boomer and now Gen X professor that wants you to sign on that dotted line to foolishly pay $400 a credit at Columbia University, let alone every other university. And this is why this book will only go heated by truly intelligent people. But otherwise, the lemming and the sheep, don't worry. Big education is always going to be there. We can throw up 1 billion of these articles every year. It ain't going to change it. Why? Because every year, absentee parents don't raise their kids. The fathers do not participate in their kids' life. There is no masculine father saying, whoa, this is a scam and a racket on my happy wife, happy life. Oh, everything good. Nothing's too good for daddy's little princess. And you sign the parent loan. You co-sign the student loans. Then you come to me like, I don't have any money for my 401k. I'm 62. My children live at home with their master's degree in film from Columbia University. And no, what do? I co-signed it. They're not paying. Oh, I guess you're going to suck. I guess you got to work till you're dead. We could sound all the alarms. We could paint a clear, like, look, did you see what happened to that guy? Did you see what happened to that girl? See how they're all poor? How your parent, you co-signed loan for your stupid, spoiled little piece of shit brat kid from Winnetka? And it's not going to change because the parents aren't going to go in there and stop it in the public schools. You're not going to stop it in K through 12. And you're going to brainwash generation after generation of high school juniors, because that's ultimately when you determine what degree you're going to end. Seniors, I don't even know why you guys go to school anymore. I'm going to save the world.
I'm gonna help the children and the black peoples and the Hispanics and the minorities. And I got my degree in racial justice inclusion studies. And I'm gonna go $400,000 into debt over at Columbia University over Debbie. A strong, independent woman needs student loan bailout. Where jobs going, Trump?
It's going to continue on until you effing parents get your effing heads out of your effing asses and actually raise your kid. But it's moot and pointless because this is my generation. I know my generation is raising the kids now. And I know we all like to slam on boomers, and rightfully so. Most degenerate, worthless piece of shit generation in the history of the world. The world, not America, the world. The French proletariat previous to the French Revolution, and it couldn't hold a candle to the boomers. But Gen X is not better. Not much better. Okay, I'll admit, we're better. As a group, we're better. We're better than boomers. We're definitely better than the millennials. Holy crap. Get my book, How Not to Become a Millennial, by the way. Y'all learn. But the Gen X, they're horrible parents. At least you get spanked every once in a while. Don't tell Steph Molyneux if you had a millennial or baby boomer parent. It is a little bit of traditionalism held over. But Gen X parents, oh God, you might. Here, hey, look who I found, by the way. I found Sergeant Rumpy Fluffalo. Huh? Hey, we found Sergeant Rumpy Fluffalo. And here I got a minion lip balm holder. Is that nice? A friend of mine made that for me. She's a very nice girl. Lady. Right? These two would make better parents than your average Gen Xer, because your average Gen Xer parent doesn't parent. They don't participate. They outsource. And so, and oh gosh, oh my God, by golly, here comes big-titted Molly. You think there's going to be a masculine father figure? Now the millennials, the old millennials now are starting to become parents. You think with their freaking beards and their brew pub bullshit, you think those fathers are going to tell their children, no, you shouldn't major in the liberal arts? This is going to continue on until the United States economically collapses. It will continue on. And then we're all going to have this nice big reset where fathers are not going to have the luxury of being soy boy millennial fucks. They're not going to have the luxury like, I'm into brew pubbing. I like IPAs. When oh, look at my perfectly groomed beard. It's like, where's the food? Oh, crap, I got to kill a bunch of people. They're going to kill my family. Then that's when it ends. That's when the sanctimonious, arguably the largest profligate waste of resources in human history, which is called the American higher education system, ends. That's when it ends. When we're done being a bunch of pampered, money printer go burr, spoiled little brats and bitches, we actually have to tether our choices, our educational and training choices, to the real world, to real world economics. But until this pie in the sky propagandist lie bullshit ends in K through 12, and we actually educate kids to be fiscally responsible, financially, not conservative, but couth, to be educated and do cost-benefit analysis, as opposed to, you can do anything, I follow hard money. Until that ends, this will continue on. And I don't care if it's Columbia University or the Carlson School of Management, wherever else, it is college will continue to be a crib to house and entertain and pacify Americans' adult babies. And except for some STEM programs or accounting or a medical school or some serious STEM academic research, it is just a big fucking crib for our adult babies and our baby parents to drop off their children at the expense of taxpayers, parents, and these children themselves to codify, what's the word I'm looking for? The whoopie-doo, because that's what college is. And it's dude, I remember back in the day when Ivy League meant something. It's like, oh, dang, Harvard. This was so long ago. It's back when I'm a lawyer. That was serious back when I was a kid. Now it's a joke. Oh, you're a lawyer? Huh? What, $500, $300, $400,000 in debt? What 14th tier law school did you go to? What strip mall law school did you go to? But it's not going to end. It's not going to end. So we could continue to expect to see, hey, and with Money Printer Go Burr, you think 300,000 is a lot? Wait for 5. I predicted there will come, of course, an unlimited time horizon. Yes, of course, with inflation, but I predicted there'd be $1 million student loan balances. And then someone sent me an article where there was a couple people that had it. Like, wow, you worthless people could have just invested in the S&P 500 and made off like bandits. But the day is coming. It's 300,000 now. It'll be 500,000 within 10 years. Easy. Keep voting Democrat. Keep voting Money Printer. Although, to be actually honest, the Republicans made Money Printer go Burr as well. But this is the biggest waste of money, and it is pampering our most worthless adult baby children in this country to make them think that they're smart. And that's where it's the cherry on the Sunday that it's an Ivy League. You're all morons. You're all worthless people. You're worse than worthless. You're parasites, because now everyone's got to work hard to make good on your completely worthless joke of the day. And if there was any moral caliber at Columbia University or all the other universities, they would end these programs. They would cancel them, and they would only offer programs that actually help the students. But neither the staff or administrative, all employees, professors to the admins of the university systems have any financial incentive to give up these scam degrees, Ivy League or not. And young people have no egotistical incentive to give up what is basically a very expensive lie to validate their worthless, pathetic, parasitic, negative net human value existence, where I got a degree. I are so smart. I can't put price on education. So I'm only going to save those that I can. The starfish story, look it up. Well, it matters to this one, throws it in there. All right. If you love yourself, if you love your children with millennial parents and Gen X parents, that's highly doubtful. Go get this book. Oh, and by the way, read it. That's the other. I know. And here's another thing. Here's a third. I'm asking a lot of young people nowadays, and I'm asking a lot of Gen X and millennial parents. Buy this book, read it, or give it to your kid to read it. And here's the big one. Do what it fucking says in the book. And then you won't be one of these dipshit fuckwits from Winnetka over at Columbia, other things ending with vowels, with master's degrees in fucking film. I don't know how many times. No arrogance. No offense. Not sound arrogant. I'm not the world's greatest I'm definitely America's greatest economist, because I don't know how many fucking times I got to predict shit and prevent you guys from doing multi-trillion-dollar mistakes. I'm pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. If I had my pata, .com, housing, educate. You got at any time, y'all can tune in, buy a copy of my book, and prevent yourself a world of fucking hurt. But no, your egos are too invested.
That's right, Papa. Shooby-dooby-dobby.
Give you fucking Ivy League college students a bunch of pacifiers because you're all a bunch of fucking babies. Well, let's go through the super chats if there are any. Geez, there are some. Oh, Cappy going to eat Pokeball today. Hey, speaking of the opposite, here's what's great. I haven't even read Alex's thing. Alex is a truck driver. Army, got out of the Army and he became a truck driver. How you sanctimonious fucks over in the Ivy League, how many of you would just thumb your nose at this guy because he's a truck driver? He's more of a man and more of a successful human than you fuckwits will ever be. All right, let's see what he has to say. For $5 generous, which is more than Anthem El Decua ever donates, I could do all the film with any laptop, portable cameras, and a drone from Walmart, or for $1,000 of YouTube tutorials. That's exactly it. Seth Himes actually has a video out. Not a video. He did a full-length movie because he went to film school, New York Film School. And he was shocked with how behind in technology they were, where it's like, internet, hello? And you're absolutely right, Alex. Absolutely. I mean, I got this. Look, hey, got this on Amazon. Fancy high-end soundproofing shit, huh? Look at that. I think that all cost me like $80. And you guys know me. I mean, this is still better than the average film that the master's degree in Columbia Film will ever produce. You got to be laughing your ass off, Alex. I bet you got to be laughing your ass off. Hey, The Goddamn Bacon at thegoddamnbacon.com for $2.23. This message is sponsored by Arby's gift cards. Don't look. Hey, Alex, you don't have to become Atham, all right? We don't need no more Mexican poops. No more Mexican poops. But I don't need to be flooded. Juan, get in on this action. Juan Navarro, get in on this action. Jose, can you see? All right, Alex, again for $10. I just talked to a Burger King manager. He's been working 100 hours a week nonstop for a month. Tries to hire high school kids who either show up when they want or waste time every 20 minutes just to vape in the bathroom. Vape in the bathroom. How sad is, look, I was just like every other high school teenage idiot kid. I was a lazy fuck. But my God, my life going forward, just think about this low class of children, adult children we brought up. Their dream is to vape in the bathroom. You know, at least I drink. You know, like there's something there. I get to go to a fancy bar or a dive bar. I appreciate the accoutrements they have there. Or the drive to get there. Like, oh, this is nice. Oh, look at it out in the middle of nowhere. These guys shirk their duties to vape in a bathroom. Carlson isn't Columbia. No, but they're both crap. They're both crap. Oh, The Goddamn Bacon for $2.43. I'll ask about the red eye Candyware on the mic. No, this is just a not a thong. What do they call it? Garter. And I won it at a dance competition. I don't know if you guys can see I don't want to bump the audio. You can see people dancing. You see the little people. The gal's got a hoop skirt. Won it at a dance competition. I'd like to say there was a more sultry story behind it. I don't know. I can't even remember the girl I won it with. I may or may not have slept with her. Probably did. Now let me tell you about Chris. Chris, no, look at that. That's a nice super chat. Look at that. $20 from Chris. $20 from Chris. Hey, Cappy. Nice red undies. My Ivy League MBA was definitely worth it in the 1990s. Yeah, I would even argue an Ivy League MBA is worth it today because of the connections in the network. But that's less than 1% of the degrees conferred at an MBA level because you actually do get some connections. So I would never besmirch an Ivy League MBA, let alone in the 90s. But this film, any of the liberal arts, I've gotten angry enough. It was worth it in the 1990s, 2000s, maybe 2010, sort of 2010. Hell no. Get some two-wheeled therapy in this weekend. You look rough. Really? I did. I went for like a 3-hour ride yesterday, right through the Black Hills. It was wonderful. I even stopped at Perkins and Spearfish and I got myself some French silk pie and an order of bacon. Had tip to The Goddamn Bacon. So you wouldn't even go with the MBA, huh? Ivy League MBA today. I wouldn't. There's no reason to work that hard, period. Let alone go to an Ivy League school. Every great once in a while. I got one guy, he actually is from Africa, and the guy's brain is off the charts, and he's got it. He's got it down where he's like looking at work for Bain or McKinsey. So every great once in a while, you'll get one of those guys. And then it's like, okay, yeah, you're the type, plug into the system, go make your fortune. But for not even average people, even for elite, top 10, I wouldn't say it's even worth the top 10% to go get an MBA, Ivy League or not, unless you're that type. Alex Patino again. I wonder if Atham's sleeping. Usually he gets some Mexican poops by this time for $5. Worst thing, some employees are provoking their employers to fire them so they can collect more unemployment. Right? I wouldn't doubt it. Still won't show up to work consistently. Yeah, no. A lot of the single moms will go and work a little bit to get their earned income tax credit, then get laid off to collect more, but then they get it because they say, oh, look, see, I tried. Here's more of Aaron's money and Alex's money. Your wife has got to be a trooper, man. I got it. Because don't you got like 4 kids and you're out there driving all around? Here's what I want you to do, Alex. If you guys do the family Christmas, I would love to have from the Patinos. Oh, little Junior is wiping his own ass now. And little Jessica, she's learning a complex division. Gen X parents. Fucking Swallow hitting that one out of the park. $2. Gen X parents, you mean the TV. Isn't it the tablet now? They just give the kids the tablet. Unfortunately, my nieces love their tablets more than their uncle. It actually kind of hurts a little bit. Well, it hurts a lot, but no, yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, you're right. Quote of the day right there. Oh, God. Alex again Alex, save some money for your kids, will you? Dad, why can't I go to college? Well, I gave this podcaster all my money. Oh. Anyone remembers the line in the book Fahrenheit 451 where one lady says she had the TV on for the kids so they don't bother her? Tablets, phones. Yeah, same thing. Absolute same thing. You guys want to see true Fahrenheit 451, 1984 propaganda? Go to Yahoo News. Oh my God. You can't, it's not, of course, most news isn't news, but that is just, and I won't lie, it's the same thing with Fox News, maybe not to that extent, but I don't trust anything I hear. Did you know black people X, Y, and Z, and they're going to all murder the white people? Like, really? Is that what they said? And then you look up, no, that's not what they said. That's not what happened. It's the same thing with Yahoo News. White males going to murder all women. You're like, really? Is that what? No, that's not what they said. But yeah, you want your kids to be happy. You want to be happy. Turn off the news. Put away the tablet. I think we're caught up. Oh, no. I spoke way too soon on that one. Here we go. Chris Surdak for 10 generous dollars again. Made my 11-year-old daughter read Worthless and do a book report on it. She thanked me for it. God bless you, sir. You're a real father. Made your 11-year-old. She did a book report. I'd be real curious what the teacher thought, because that book this book right here, it slams on teachers. It really does, because, well, they need slamming on because most of them are worthless. Hey, Chris, can you scan in the book report? I would love it if you'd email me that book report. You have to email me at Asshole Consulting. Then I got to email you back so that you can file an attachment because it's just a form you fill out. I would love to see a book report on Worthless. That 11-year-old kid, what is 11? That's a little advanced for her age, don't you think? Not to say the ideas aren't worth introducing at such a young age, but that's a little 11 years old. Hey, look who's here. $2. Any chemi jobs in South Dakota? No, Atham, that's not an insulting question. You got to ask, is this a good program? And then send me 5 links to 5 different programs for me to assess out, figure out whether it's worth it or not. The goddamn Pagan, 308. Baha, vape in the bathroom for the winning. No. Instead of mirror in the bathroom, vaping in the bathroom, please see me. Beep, 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 beep. Christopher Surdak, another $5. Wharton is about $100,000 a year now, and the value isn't there. Oh, 200 grand? You take 200 grand, borrow it at 3%, you just throw it into your little housey house or the S&P 500, and it will maintain with inflation over the long term. I didn't say you'd make real gains. It would maintain with inflation. Warren's about 100,000 a year now. Yeah, no. If anyone asks me like, hey, we'd like you to get your MBA, I got an idea. How about you give me the money you would spend on my MBA and I'll just throw it in the S&P 500 and then we'll call it even. And then I'll just like read some books about management and learn some accounting at the library for free. And then I'll be just as good as an MBA graduate. Although, Chris, I'd be curious about your opinion. Like in the 1990s, I guarantee you the educational quality at the Harvard MBA, Wharton MBA, whatever, Cornell, is way higher. It's got to be higher than it is now. It's got to be. With all this diversity and inclusion bullshit and environmentalism and green, although that's kind of been eclipsed by diversity and inclusion, because in my day, it was like, we're going green, our green footprint, our carbon footprint. That was like the big, oh my God, I got something in my eye. That was the big thing. Now that's been totally eclipsed. So I can't imagine between the environmentalism, which encroached in the early 2000s, and now certainly diversity and inclusion, that you're just taking away precious time to learn things like, IT, accounting, labor law, that kind of thing. Darren Pink at $25 and nothing to say. Holy shit. That's like a redhead that's mute. That's that's great. Thank you very much for the generous donation. Hey, DJ Aftershock, $2. Gen X soccer mom, McMansion and Range Rover plus Democrat. Yeah, exactly. Where's all the money? Well, bitch, if you didn't fucking vote to have 48% of my money taken away, there might be some money. Don't worry, we'll borrow it, because borrowing money is the same as earning, right? Give me coma money for my trinket shop, helping the children's. And that's my impersonation of every Gen X soccer mom out there. Where Eagles Dare, good movie, $2, thank you. Nothing to say there, though. Nonstop Dre, $2. But they say you can't put a price on it. How you been, Dre? We haven't heard from you. I hope your studies are going well. Although it is summer, I guess. Was it in Arizona? You're in a hot spot, right? Do you leave during summer? Because it's way too warm. Wisda Vision Productions, $5. I have zero student consumer debt. And that alone puts me way ahead of every other millennial around me. My generation is screwed. You know what's sad, Wisda, is like the millennials ain't these 20-something teen kids anymore. Like they're in their 30s, some of which are approaching their 40s. And they still got debt. Like you're halfway dead. Like if you're 35, 40, you're halfway. Your life is half over. And you still got student loans from your worthless whatever, English degree, painting degree, jerk-off degree. I mean, when do you grow the fuck up? How many of them still living at home? And this is a big thing for Gen X too. How many of them still collect money from their parents? Mom and daddy, help you with that. Here's some rental income. Oh, don't worry. Daddy, go pay for your car insurance. Strong, independent sweetheart. And I've seen this with a lot of younger clients where they come in and they went right into the trades. And then they feel bad. I don't have a college degree. I'm like, yeah, you don't have $200,000 in debt either. Like, I remember one, his dad, imagine that, a dad around, taught him how to do mechanics. Like some guy who rhymes with Quan, the Baztec matriarch. I just don't know who that would be. Lives in a state called California. Like he had a dad who taught him mechanics, and this kid ended up becoming a mechanic. He was making like 58 grand a year by 19. And he had over 50 grand saved up. And here he is. Well, I feel bad because I don't have a college. You're like, dude, you're doing better than anyone with their master's degree from Columbia University. And yeah, if you simply, the tornado chasing kid has no debt, didn't go to college, drives around, chases tornadoes. Way ahead by the mere fact he doesn't have debt. It's like it's so bad that a score of 0 puts you in the top 20% of millennials and certainly Gen Zers because everyone else has a negative score. Oh, Chris Surdek again for 20. Man, this is gonna be I'm in a lot of Pokeball today. Unfortunately, no Pokeball in South Dakota. Oh man, that was oh man, no Pokeball. I gotta fly back to Minneapolis and briefly touch down, get my Pokeball, and get the F out of there and go visit family in Wisconsin. Chris Surdek again, $20. Yeah, Wharton 1996 didn't make me deep throat a bunch of critical race theory, Marcus. Right, exactly. Yeah, I bet you. Chris, now maybe it's in a box somewhere because I went to school undergrad same time you were going grad. I'd be really curious if you had any books or the print-offs or anything from your MBA program and you were to compare like the curriculum. If you could get your curriculum, like your transcripts would suffice. What classes you had to take in 1996 versus 2026, I'd be fascinated by whatever, Harvard, Wharton, whatever. That'd be a real interesting comparison. Because actually I was cleaning out my box. I'm going through all my boxes, and I found my old memento box. Don't go through your memento box. You feel like committing suicide after, like, oh my God, did I screw up so much? Oh, did I screw up? And I'm old. But I found my transcripts. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember these. Taboo Smash for $5. Did you ear vax that ear? Did you hear vax that thing up? Worst propaganda about the vaccine ever. No, I don't watch, guys. Don't watch the news. Don't watch even social media. Like, tune into your podcast, chill out. I strongly recommend Turd Flinging Monkey. I strongly recommend Chris Beckloff. I strongly recommend Masculine Geek and World Class Bullshitters. Don't listen to the news. Why? Your life is too short for that. Don't listen to the news. Be happy. Hey, the Beckloff. Look at that. I honestly recommended him. He didn't have to bribe me. $5. Boss told me to dress for the job you want. Now I'm in a disciplinary meeting in a gimp suit. Yes, you would. Everybody tune into the Beckloff if you want to unplug from politics and get into gossipy internet drama of the nerdy type. Hey, Chris, I'd be curious about your opinion on the Oculus Quest. I don't know if you bought one, but I think that's the next jump from the modern day consoles. I got myself one. I'm very impressed with it. Not a lot of games, though, unfortunately. Not a lot of games. I might download some Beckloff and the goddamn bacon. Another one, the goddamn bacon. Tune into the goddamn bacon. Once he gets his main website shit fixed together. I'm going to download. I could just go for a nice long walk today. It's only going to be 78 degrees. Very nice hiking weather. Very nice. Chris Surdek again. Boy, look at this. Chris is kicking all your asses. $4. 1996 Game Theory. 2021 introduced Bukake. I only know what Bukake is because Chris Beckloff and his then-time friend Davis Reese says, yeah, look up tentacle porn. And that opened up the whole weird world of Japanese degeneracy. Wisda Vision Productions, $10. I'm guilty of living at home thing, finally moving out this year, 29. However, I was never a parasite to my parents. I paid rent. Yeah, you pay rent. And I will grant some forgiveness for people under 30 because housing prices are insane. Rent is insane. And you're just way better. And here's another reason, especially for men. It's not like there's a bunch of women ready and waiting to marry you guys either. It's not like you were going to go not like there's an opportunity cost of family formation. That wasn't going to happen anyway. So you might as well live at home, save up your money for a significant down payment on a house, and then go pay. Because there's no reason to buy a house. None. Maybe a condo as a young man. But yeah, I'm sorry, unless you girls want to start marrying up. Oh, by the way, which they don't. If you don't believe me, go get this book, The Book of Numbers, Analyzing the ROI of the Pursuit of Women. Some amazing insights, especially with the polling data from women about what their priorities in life are. Yeah, you guys are missing out. Statistically speaking, yes, there might be that unicorn that you'll love and fall in love with one day. Someday I will find my girl. But this is, you know what this is? This is really one of those books on how to play blackjack. That's really what it is. It's like, here's the statistics, and this is what you really ought to do, dispassionately or impassionately, with no emotion. Turf Fling Monkey is the greatest of all time. I don't know if he's the greatest of all time. He is good. I thoroughly enjoy it. Even though I disagree with him on many things, I really do enjoy his philosophy and his recent visits into Taoism. Nonstop Dre 360 for $5 generous. Dig into that. Hey, Dre, are you disabled according to the military? Did you get like a broken nail and you got like 98% disability? What do you get on a disability check? Don't know one guy out of the military don't get a disability check. I seen an article about a couple in the late 50s struggling to retire. They have 5 vehicles paying for the middle-aged kids. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I'm going to read through that. Probably save it for the podcast. Oh, I guess this is one. I've been debating about just taking these long-ass rants and turning them, just uploading them to SoundCloud so at least people have something. I'll probably do that to this one too. Scrolling. Keep those doggies scrolling. Right. Traveler 4444, $5. New guy. I don't think we've seen Traveler 4444. I'm 65, retired, 6-figure income. Couldn't take college professors. I just found out that I can now take university classes for $2 each class now. Why? Were they online, or do you get like a senior citizen discount? It depends on the university. I mean, Columbia's Ivy League. They still go off of their cachet and their brand. Columbia. I didn't even know Columbia. I only knew Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. But the other ones like Vassar, Cornell, Columbia. I'll never hire an Ivy League graduate. Never. I need competency. I don't need dick sucking. Unless you're a cute redhead female from an Ivy League, then I could use some dick sucking. I don't know why it's $2 a class. I mean, what good would it do you? I mean, at that point, the only way at your age, you're retired, so you have no career interest in it. You would do it for an intellectual interest, but then you can get way more intellectual stimulation by downloading a Jordan Peterson podcast, by finding any, Kings and Generals history podcasts, The Histocrat, whatever genre. Obviously, you all have your different tastes and preferences. I'm sure you guys all know way better podcasters than you do professors. Why would you even forget the $2? Why would you spend the time and money driving down to a class? Unless, of course, you enjoyed the camaraderie, which I actually did. I went to tech school for a year and a half to be a computer networker until I got dragged back into banking. And I really enjoyed hanging out because I was a little bit older. I saw some of the younger kids. And the teacher, we had one of the teachers, she was nerdy, milfy cougar kind. And I could flirt with her and I could bridge the gap and I could make jokes. And it was cool, like seeing these younger people. And then, just maybe a little flirtation with her. Hey, how you doing, prof? Hey, teach, how you doing? Yeah, I'll take care of the kids for you. Wonder whatever happened to her. She was a nice gal. Married, didn't do anything. No saucy story. Nice, nerdy lady. Darren Pink at 20. What the hell is you guys all bored? Where'd all the money come from? Now I know what it's like to be a female stripper. $25. A chick I know went to Columbia for a master's in political science. $200,000 later, she's a sub teacher for $30K. See, here's the thing, Darren. I'm gonna just assume you're younger than me. In the olden days, you went to the Ivy League, you got a job. Like they'd pull you out. I even remember a guy, he had a biology degree, and Goldman Sachs pulled him to be an analyst because he went to an Ivy League school. I'm like, how the heck? It didn't matter. You went to the Ivy League. Apparently, that is no longer holding true. She did acquire some skills in university, though. Know what I mean? Winning. Let me guess, Darren. She's a strong, independent woman. Don't need no man, but does need a student loan bailout. Oh, master. Oh, does she know how to lead society? Is she smart enough to tell society what to do? Let me guess. The solution to everything is more of other people's money. Is that it? Oh. I mean, the country's going to collapse, but it is so enjoyable watching all these sanctimonious, predominantly, though not always, leftist, though universally hypocritical assholes suffer. It is so nice seeing these pompous. You remember in high school? The valedictorian, the salutatorian. I'm so I got good grades. I just sucked the teacher's dick. And now it's like, yeah. Substitute teacher, huh? $30K a year. Made more than that teaching dance class like 1998. Oh, it's good to see him suffer. Are we caught up? No, we're not caught up. Come on. Alex Patino, $5 again. Skillshare for cheap. You can learn some awesome stuff. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff on the internet. Coursera, edX. You can learn anything. If I was president, I'd make education free overnight. I'd say, we're having certification boards. You self-educate. Here's your test. This test, administered by the Department of Education, will give you the equivalent, like a GED, although the GED would be more important, it'd be equivalent to a bachelor's degree. If you like to take your master's, here's your master's courses tests you got to take. And then by law, I would force every employer, I'm like, you will treat people who graduate with the certification test the same as you would some dipshit with their master's degree from Columbia. And then I'd solve the education crisis. I'd free up like a quarter of an income. I'd increase young people's standards of living by 25% overnight, because you could just take classes online. You wouldn't have to take all the prereqs. You test out of your thing. Here's your certification, apply. And then I'd audit the fuck out of employers saying, are you hiring people that got the certification just as much as you are people with degrees? That's what I thought you were. Yeah, you better hire a couple more people with the certifications. Well, we're forcing you to hire people based on the color of their skin and their gender. Certainly the certification would be just as important. Overnight, can do it overnight. Oh, no, we can't. College experience. All college has become is basically Disney World for America's spoiled little worthless quants. That's all it is. Yay, I'm intelligent. Look, it's Professor Mickey Mouse and Professor Donald Duck, and they're going to tell me Marxism is great. La, 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 la. It is. College is just Disney World, an expensive, luxurious treat. Go live in La La Land, live in Disneyland, live in academic land. Adriano Ramos, our Mauritian Australian agent in the field, living in Perth for $2 Australian. Did the tornado kid get the goth girl? No, I forgot to tell you the story about it. Maybe I didn't. She's 16, which is age of consent technically in South Dakota, but you don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with that. So he did. He drove out there and he's like, oh, but he'll come back 2 years. He'll go visit her again, assuming she's there. 90 knots. Is this a female? I'll be visiting relatives in Stoneville, South Dakota area next month. Suggestions for things to do other than Rushmore and Sturgis. Hang on. I got to find out where Stoneville is. I've never heard of that town. Stoneville. Where in God's name is this? It's not even... There ain't even any buildings. Well, there's a bar there. Shocker. Stoneville. I'm zooming out. Oh man, you are out. Wow, you are in the middle of nowhere. You're halfway to Faith from Sturgis. Okay, yeah, you're just outside the Black Hills. All right, I'll give you the top handful of things to do in the Black Hills. Spearfish Canyon. You have to drive it. Hang out in Deadwood, do a little bit of gambling. I'd strongly recommend the Franklin Hotel. Check out the atrium and do a little bit of gambling. Have yourself a cocktail at the bar. Relax. And if you can, stay at the Franklin, I would recommend. Parking is going to be a bitch in Deadwood. If you like swimming, you have to do Cascade Falls south of Hot Springs. While you're down in Hot Springs, also check out the mammoth exhibit that they got there. That's kind of worth taking a look, because how often do you see, and it's like 5 or 6 mammoth that they uncovered So it's really archaeological or geologically cool. So you got that there. I would do the 16A route to the Needles Highway to Lake Sylvan. If you're of a hiking ability, I would hike to Harney's Peak, which is now called Black Elk Peak. Skip Keystone, skip Hill City, skip Custer. They're all tourist traps. You have to do Badlands National Park. And what I would do is I'd get down into the Kanata Basin part of the Badlands National Park and just hike into the actual Badlands formations. Don't just drive on the road and look at them. Get your ass out in there and do it when it's not hot. While you're in Badlands National Park, as important is to go into their lab and see where they're preparing the fossils. That is so cool. That is so cool. And every time I've gone in, they have a new fossil, several new fossils on display, and they're amazing. If you got kids, they're going to eat that shit up, man. They're going to love it. They're absolutely going to love it. Did that hike? You did that hike? If you like lakes, I'd hang out on Lake Pactola. Another swimming hole. It's in Rapid City on the west side off of Sheridan Lake Road. It's by the Storytime Wonderland thing. So you park in that parking lot there. They got a swimming hole. If you go on my Facebook or YouTube or whatever, you'll see me swinging on a swing and into the Rapid Creek. They got a nice little swimming hole there. It's great. So you did Spearfish. You did Deadwood. Badlands. 16A Needles Highway. If you could do it during December, next month. Oh, you're going to be in August. Oh, man, you're going to be screwed because that's when the rally starts. You're going to wake up early. Like, wake up 30 minutes before the sun rises so that by the time you get to these places, the sun has risen and you're not dealing with traffic because you're going to be dealing with dumb people over on that Needles Highway in 16A. Mount Rushmore, yeah, you look at it. Honestly, I'd save the money. Don't go to the park. There's a spot coming up on 244, just outside of Keystone. You just pull over. There it is. You look at it. In case you were wondering, the four boys don't do a show. It just sits there. Mount Rush, it's like the Grand Canyon. It's there. It doesn't do anything. I'm trying to think what else. If you like caves, Jewel or Wind Cave, both are equivalent. They're perfectly fine caves. Jewel Cave. No, Wind Cave. Wind Cave, there's more buffalo out in the prairie there. And that should be enough. Yeah. I would go downtown, Rapid City. They got a place called Press Start. Greatest arcade game place I've ever been. Classic arcade. That would be like for something to do at night. I would have a cigar at the Tinderbox cigar joint. And then I'm going to tell you now, food, just eat at fast food franchises. Don't bother going to restaurants. They don't have enough staff because Biden has stimmy checks. And Gen Zers and millennials can't work. They got to stay at home. And they got to stay at home and vape in the bathroom. Vaping in the bathroom, please fuck me. Boo, 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 dee, boo, dee, dee. So there you go. And if you got time, maybe go out into Wyoming and look at Devil's Tower. And again, it doesn't do a show. There it is. You saw it. Turn around, head back. Alex Patino, $5. The Great Courses Plus. Yes, you can listen to college level stuff while driving and not pay exorbitant prices winning. Yeah, Alex, I'd imagine you got to have like the philosopher's dream come true because you got your career, you make over 6 figs, and your career is driving, so you could tune in to any political philosophy, economics, fiction. You could totally spoil your mind rotten with intellectual stimulation. Traveler 444 for $5. I live in the People's Republic of California. Any Cal State or UC campuses provided classes for $2 each. I thought about everything you just said. Yeah, I mean, is it worth the traffic? I mean, it depends on where you are. I go night classes, to be perfectly honest, just so you can hang out with more intelligent, mature people. I'm going to go during the daytime. And I'd make darn sure the professor was good. It's hard to beat the internet. Like if I want philosophy, I'll go tune in to Stefan Molyneux or Jordan Peterson or even Turd Flinging Monkey. And I don't know any professors that were better than those guys. And 2 of them aren't even professors. If I want to listen to history, kings and generals and the histocrat. Better than any history professor I ever had. There was a Professor Owens who was really good. He was a Scottish guy, Professor Owens. And he was a logic professor. Class sucked, but he was good. But I just go to be social with people, get out of the house. Do you get credit for, I don't know, get a doctorate? Would that mean anything? Oh, Dr. such and such. Dr. Traveler. Oh my God, doctor. Swallow Blue, $5. The college bubble is going to either slowly be deflated or nationalized. Remember, a good chunk of women go to college to get married. No, I disagree with that. Most women don't now. That was the case in my day, maybe, but not anymore. Not anymore. Most women go there because that's what they were told to do. Education, intelligence, philosophy, career, education, career. Don't need no man. That's what they're going there for themselves. And they're going there, Swallow, to help the children and the minorities such as yourself. Aren't you happy, Swallow, that a bunch of liberal white women from the suburbs who have not the first clue of supporting themselves are going to go to school to figure out how to help poor young men, minority men like you, get out of poverty? Aren't you happy that they're coming to the rescue? Don't worry, rich, spoiled white women from the suburbs are coming to our rescue with no tangible real life skills. Oh, we're saved. It's like the French are going to come and beat the Germans. That's yeah, don't worry. The French are going to come and save the Jews. Yeah, don't worry. No, imminently now, Pierre. No, not Pierre. What was his name? Not Godot. Who was the general who, there was the French underground, so they had to tip to them. Oh, the French guy, De Gaulle. Yeah, De Gaulle's just over the hill. Here he comes. Alex Bettino, $2. If you're smart, clep test out of Common Core. Right. You could clep test, and then there's other things you could do. I forgot the program. Nonstop Dre 360, $2. But Aaron Elkins, what about all the places you will go? Now, in all fairness to Dr. Seuss, he was probably, when was that written? The 60s? That actually might have meant something back then. But now, Shark Dentures, $5. Just because you are so damn entertaining and informative. Thanks! And read my comment for free. And because government says I'll be dead soon, didn't take vaccinations. All right. Well, I don't think we'll all be dead soon. Hey, Mark Magana. How's the real estate coming along there, Mark? I thought you were exiting out of that. Just found out from my tax guy that self-employed Amish are exempt, I think is what you meant, from paying into Social Security. Not ready to convert, but found that interesting. Yeah, I got too much stuff going on to worry about that. I may do something like that. Chris Cerdak again, $10. Jeez, Chris, you must have done good with your MBA. $10. Back to the topic. One of my colleagues is researching higher education post-pandemic. 20 to 30% of colleges and universities are on the verge of bankruptcy, and most will not make it past 2025. Is that all? Because states will get bailed out. State colleges, universities get funded. But by gosh, it'd be great if 20 to 30% of colleges. Look up Albion College. What a nightmare that has become. I hope they all go belly up. I'm not gonna do my victory dance until Middlebury is shut down. Although that's a quasi Ivy League. Nestled within the hills of Vermont, New Hampshire. It's where stupid people go whose parents have a lot of money to make it believe that they're smart. Stefan, €5. Hello from Ireland. Hello. Pay off mortgage or invest. Mortgage seems more attractive, even though investing may offer a greater rate of return. Thoughts? I was usually a very, and this is a recent observation, and George Gammon, if you've ever heard of him, was somewhat helpful in tipping the scales where I was like, depending on your interest rate, like my mortgage is 2.8%. Given the amount of money we've made go burr, I don't care what the CPI is. I know the real rate of inflation is way higher. And I think even now, I think the U.S. inflation rate is 5%. So if you could get a low interest rate, and I don't know what the European Central Bank is doing, what interest rates are like over there, but I am not in a rush to pay off my mortgage anymore. That used to be the case until like Biden essentially got elected. Even Trump, I'm like, how much money are we printing off? And now with Biden, with his what, $6, $7, $8 trillion money printer go burr thing, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to let inflation erode and eat this away. I now admit it, I won't lie. I still toss in a couple extra $100 a month to accelerate the amortization because I like exponential math working in my favor. But I may even end that and instead like toss a couple $100 a month into like, you know, an S&P 500 index or a global fund, a global index fund. And just let Biden and Camilla and whoever is in the let that money printer go burr. You Weimar Republic the fuck out of my mortgage. You make that go away. What? $890 a month? I remember when this was real money. Now a gallon of gas is $890 because money printer went burr, and that helped out the women, the minorities, and the children's. So yeah, I would probably invest. Now, again, no guarantees, of course. The stock market could collapse. But you know, do some research, see what happened to the euro supply. What happened to the euro money supply? Did it increase by 40%? Well, 40% is higher than a 3% mortgage. Alex Patino for $5 again. Women realize they have been lied to become prawn stars or OnlyFans models, then throw themselves out of tall buildings. Check out Christina Lisna. Kritina Lisna. Well, we looked up Stoneville, South Dakota. Kritina Linsna? Hang on. All right, Christina Linsna. News? I'm getting nothing, Alex. Kritina Lisna. I want to try it again. I got nothing. Did you write that right? Instagram and follows. No, I don't think this is the gal. Give me another one. Another name. Are we almost caught up? Wisdom Vision again for $5. After that rent moratorium ends, how long do you think before people are returning into Tyrone Biggums? Who's Tyrone Biggums? You guys making me look all this stuff. Tyrone Biggums. Tyrone Biggums. What did he do to his lips? Wait, Tyrone Biggums. Hang on, Tyrone Biggums. Let me play it. Okay. What after that? How long do you think it's a time? I don't know. I'd have to watch a bunch of Tyrone Biggum skits. How long? But Tyrone doesn't seem like the guy who would pay his rent. The question is, how long before people say, "Oh, dang, I should have taken that $500 signing bonus over at the local restaurant when they were paying $15 an hour." There's going to be a flood once whatever the stimmy checks and the rent moratorium ends. Once that ends, and then you got to go make money, there's going to be a flood. You're going to see that labor force participation rate go boop. And then the people are like, "Oh yeah, remember when we were offering you that sign? You walked past. Oh, we saw you. You were walking over to your video game place to get your drugs, okay? And you walked past the help wanted sign, $500 signing bonus. You did. Now you want it? Yeah, screw you. There's 20 people who want that job now. It's going to be a fascinating economic phenomenon. So you can go bam, and then you unemployment rate go also bam up, labor force up. But then seeing these wages, boom, they're going to tank, man. And then you're all going to wish that you started a year ago and got the $1,000 signing bonus and you'd be a supervisor and you make pretty good money. Oh. Although it is interesting to be intellectually honest, the service industry has not made the jump to replace people with robots. They say, oh, we'll just replace you with robots and kiosks. That hasn't happened. Nope, you still need labor. Interesting observation there. B-Car, $10. Decided to major in physics and minor in philosophy for the variety of fields I could go into, law and medical programming. Was it a good choice based on how you respond? I'll buy your book. Like physics, I don't like physics. I mean, it's good, but you more or less got to get your doctorate and then you become a physicist. But you need something more practical, like, you know, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, computer science. Unless you had a hankering to be an academic and get a doctorate and then go like work, I don't know, at NASA or something, but that's a long haul. I don't have a problem with you minoring in philosophy. My only concern is what is the quality of the philosophy classes you're going to get from school? I mean, really, it's what liberal arts or social science is not going to be corrupted with leftist politics at this point. And so I think just tuning into Stefan Molyneux, binging on even the Black Brigade debrief. By the way, sign up and subscribe there because if he gets 1,000 subscribers, he has to drive you to the airport. The Black Brigade debrief on YouTube. His interpretation of philosophy is more interesting. Turtling Monkey, again, more interesting on philosophy. Stefan Molyneux. I would minor in something. But what I'd minor in is accounting. So you learn how to do your personal finances and a profit and loss statement and balance sheets and taxes. Not that you become an expert in all those fields with just a minor, but learning how to, you know, the accounting cycle, learning what an income statement is, that is very helpful in terms of self-managing your finances. You won't even need a financial advisor. You just take care of it yourself. Shark dentures, $2. So not being a guinea pig won't kill me? Weird. Incorrect. C. Garcia, 185. I think this is a new guy. 10 generous dollars. I'm planning on giving Worthless to my 13-year-old cousin with the goal of making him wake up to the reality that college isn't the dream society sells it to be. Thanks for the content you produce. Loving it. Oh, good, Garcia. Thank you. That's about the right age to introduce that book to a 13-year-old. I think teenager is about the right age. Alex Patino, $2. Meant to say Christina Lucina. Christina Lucina. All right. Let's look. Christina. Christina, porn star Christina Lucina, dead after 25 for high rise. Well, that's 5 days ago. Porn star Chris the Fox, dead after 22-foot fall. Christina Lucina, a pornographic performer known professionally as Chris the Fox, reportedly has died. She was 29. Police are investigating the death of popular Russian Pornhub and OnlyFans star who allegedly fell from the 22nd floor high-rise building in St. Petersburg. Oh, Moscow, not Florida. According to local news outlets, investigators have made no official announcements, but a body found near the scene. In the Nevsky district, her hand contained a coin inscribed with the words, "You are always in my heart." Oh, geez, dude. She was anorexic. She is, well, she ain't anything no more. She's anorexic. She had issues before. This is, oh, she don't even look hot. Eating a bag of chips. Ugh. She got tattoos. I know she's Russian. God, ladies, you need some meat on your bones, all right? Oh, it's tragic. Yeah, but she was anorexic. You could look her up. That's a given. Are we finally caught up? I think we're caught up. Wisdom Vision, $5 again. The Black Brigade subscribers are only at 805. Looks like you walk into that. No, I got until the 13th. Look, here's what I need. If you guys are all tuned, we got 333 people. Don't even subscribe to me. You don't even have to like it, although please do, because then I get to 100,000, I get a plaque. If you didn't know, DT over at the Black Brigade Debrief on YouTube He lives out here. I say, hey, can you give me a ride? Because that's what friends do. Apparently not. Oh, hang on now. I don't want to. This sounds like a bad habit. Da, 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 da. I'm like, can you just drive me to the airport? What the fuck? And so I got back and I said, oh, okay. So he wanted to charge me $40. I said, interesting. That's what I charge people to promote their podcast, which I've already promoted his podcast already. All right, well, fine. If you get 100, you get me 100,000, not 100,000. You get me 1,000 subscribers, which means you could be monetized. Then I'll drive you to the airport. So please go over there now. Don't worry, you can tune into this later. Open up a new tab and subscribe to the Black Brigade Debrief on YouTube. And then I only need 195 more. He was at 547 earlier today. We've almost doubled it. I just need 195 more, guys. That's it. That's all we need. And then we force him to drive his friend to the airport. Ice Nose, $2. Contribute to the new nonprofit, Money for Cappy. No, the new nonprofit is paying contractors to do the job right that the previous contractors didn't do right the first time. Because people are morons. It's the compensate for moron funds. Although I will admit I have earned a ton of man points over the past month, building, fixing, installing shit. I have definitely increased my abilities. C. Garcia again for $5. Been somewhat of a ninja watcher for the last several months. Actually met you in Miami back in March on Fresh and Fit. Well, what's your first name? Seagar, were you behind the scenes? Wait, were you the guy from Texas? Was that you? You hung around, if I believe so, I remember correctly. That's it. I think that's it. That's it. We're caught up. We're caught up, guys. Look at that. That only took an hour, 12 minutes. This is going to be short. Oh, God. Oh. All right. Caro Quintero. I enjoy your content, Mr. Akiba. Thanks, Caro. Thank you very much. So then people have suggested this. Then we all unsubscribe the day before. No, not the day before, the day after. I need to get to the airport. Don't make it 1,000 and then the day of you guys screw me in the pooch. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's 999. Right, we caught up. We're caught up. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.